you're so excited. Oh, look at you. I love this mad laboratory there you got.
Yeah, it's a little in disarray, but yeah, I've got tons of stuff.
Yeah. Well, we are honored to talk to you today because, well, the good news is that means that we get you coming to town. You're coming to Choctaw Casino this weekend with Ace Frehley, and this is going to be such a cool show. You got to be excited about these fun little gigs at the casinos, right?
I love the casino gigs.
Yeah.
They're pretty cushy, you got nice room, pretty good food most of the time, and it's the stages are nice. People are generally very professional and super nice, and yeah, I mean, and Ace Frehley, like, he's a cool guy, and nothing to complain about.
Yeah. Could be worse, right?
I've done worse things for less.
Yes, that's amazing. Well, one of the things is that the music has just stood the test of time, and people just absolutely still love it, and it's got to be so nice to be able to bring it to them because there's so many great memories that are wrapped up in this, and you probably hear this from the fans all the time, right?
Yeah. Yeah, all the time. And it's funny because they'll even come up to me and say they'll tell stories to me that as if I were in the band
Oh
40 years.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so many memories, and to see a band that's been around this long still out there performing, and we do probably 100 shows a year, so we're constantly grinding it. Um, and people still show up. People still show up, whether it's a prime kind of A market, or we're playing some more rural area where a lot of artists may not take the time to go to. And so the casinos allow us, maybe on a ground tour, we can't get out into the weeds out there. But on for these casino shows, a lot of time you get people crossing state lines. People come in, and yeah, they have great stories and great memories to these songs. And so we still play them, and we play some new stuff too. We still make new records, and
Yes.
give us the reason to get out there and tour. But the bulk of the material is the stuff that people grew up on that they want to hear, and that's just the way that it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can be a lot of fun, and I always say that we sell memories. People will sometimes say, "Oh, well, like a legacy band or a nostalgia act or whatever," and that's okay because all the bands that I like to go see, I love hearing those songs that I grew up in high school, and some of the best
Hmm.
years of my life are tied to so many of these songs. I totally understand what that's like.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and also it's got to be nice too because I mean you grew up kind of listening to the music as well, and then so you're looking to your left, your right, and these are guys who you grew up
Sure.
listening to. So it's never lost on you, never gets old, right?
No, I mean there's an element of desensitization that you
Yeah.
get, right? But yeah, I mean I'm still, Michael and Eddie are founding members and
Mhm.
songwriters and contributors to all that great stuff. And so I've been in the band over 13 years,
Yeah.
and it's great. It's I have no complaints, man. It's all good.
Yeah. Wow, that's wonderful. Well, and of course, you mentioned some new music, and I was hoping you were going to say that because, of course, your voice and your contribution to the band is fantastic, and
Thank you.
and it's now carried on. And the last album was great, but now people are ready for another one. So you think we'll hear some of that soon?
Yeah, yeah, we're writing the next album now.
Good.
Um and so we've got, a pile of songs and ideas that we're sorting through to see
Mhm.
what's what. I have a ton of lyrics to write and vocals to do, and it's really hard to find the time because we're gone so much. Um and it's hard to force that creativity sometimes, but the stuff that they're showing me, uh it's classic Queensryche, man. It sounds killer, and I'm excited to. This will be my fifth album with the band,
Mhm.
and so yeah, we still make new music, and I think that's what any artist does, or anybody really that enjoys doing what they do. Maybe you play tennis, but you're not a pro tennis player, or you don't play
Yeah.
in tournaments anymore, but you still go out and hit some balls with your friends. And we still like to create. And so that's
Hmm.
some older bands, they don't even bother putting out new records. Oh, why everybody wants to hear the old stuff? Yeah, but there are people that really enjoy the new stuff too. I mean, like I say, the bulk of what we do is going to be the classics, but I love the new stuff that we do.
Oh yeah.
And it just shows that we're still passionate about making new music. I don't want to just completely
Yeah.
stop and just play the hits. That's we got to
Hmm.
write new stuff.
Of course. Well, and that the only problem with that is that you have so much good new stuff that, how do you whittle it down to one set?
It's funny because some people will say, "Oh, I wish they played, way more of my era with the band."
Yeah.
And it's interesting because, we'll throw some new stuff in, and if you have the casual fan that just knows Jet City Woman and Empire and
Hmm.
I Don't Believe in Love, you play even Walk in the Shadows and they don't know it, or Queen of the Reich and they don't know it. And then you have the hardcore fans, that will play a new one, and they follow what we do and they sing all the words and they know it, but the vibe of the room changes.
Hmm.
It's not that they don't like it, but they're not reactionary in the same way. And as soon as we finish a new song and we play another classic, the room erupts. And sometimes you wonder, like, how much new stuff can we really play, because it kind of depends on you're like polling the audience, or this geographic location, or the demographic. Is this a
Hmm.
metal festival? Is this a casino with more of the radio friendly kind of commercial fan base of the band?
Yeah.
Or I don't know, it's hard to say. But we still I wish we could play a lot more of it.
Yeah.
And we did one tour where I think probably 40% was all of my era with the band.
Hmm.
So it isn't like we haven't tried it or done it. But
Sure.
if you have to pick a new song that most people don't know, or you have to play a song that everybody knows, you know, a lot of times you'll go for the song that everybody knows.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, of course, people see you up there on the stage and you make it look so easy. And it's not, I know it's not easy to keep up that voice, but I think what's cool is you're seeing kids out there who are looking at you going, see, that's what I want to do. And so, and what kind of advice do you give those kids that want to follow in your footsteps?
Well, gosh, there's a lot of different ways to look at that. I mean, number
Yeah.
one, yeah, we do see multi-generational audiences. We see
Hmm.
little kids with, they're tiny on their dad's shoulders or something.
Yeah.
And then we see, people in their 60s, 70s, maybe even 80s. It just depends. But I mean, advice for an aspiring musician, I think it's important to not place emphasis on like fame and money and like that kind of thing. I mean, having notoriety is great. It opens doors and makes it easier for people to see what you're doing. When you have a big audience and you put something out, there's a lot more eyes on it than somebody that doesn't have that kind of reach. But I think success in music, whether you're playing in bars 5 days a week and you're earning a living playing, or you could be a music teacher, you could give lessons, you could do session work in a studio, you could write jingles, you don't have to be in the magazines and have all these videos and do it like that to be what I consider successful. So I think that there's it just in culture, right? There's just so much focus placed on being recognized or like known or famous. I guess fame is the word. Everybody, you see all the dumb shit on social, YouTube and TikTok, and
Yep.
people will do anything just to get noticed,
Hmm.
and no shame.
Yeah.
But hey, if music is your passion and you love it, follow your passion and follow your dreams. And I think that there are many different avenues and ways to be able to still do that and be successful at it. It could even be on like the engineering side, right?
Hmm.
Doesn't have to be performing on a stage. It could be being a sound engineer for, or a lighting guy. It could
Yeah.
be. I mean, there's a lot. There's so many hands involved in this world.
Hmm.
I mean, we're doing an interview now, and
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
connected. So whether it's public relations or marketing or
Mhm.
whatever, uh, but don't get into it thinking you're just going to get rich,
Yeah.
because you can make good money, but it's not like the old days where you could sell a ton of records and take off a year and write the next record, and you're buying
Yeah.
houses and cars and you're set up financially. Like those days are pretty much gone. There might be like a couple artists
Little
that
bit.
slip through the cracks, but that's not how it usually goes.
Yeah. So what do you keep in mind when it's go time and you just got to go on the stage and do it? Is there something you tell yourself? Because us creative types are notoriously hard on ourselves.
I mean, I'm definitely my worst critic. I mean, and when you're in the public sphere at all, you know, you're just gonna get hate. People are gonna
Yeah.
say that you suck. People are gonna say I'm not the original guy, and and all of the insults you could ever imagine. I've been called that and told that for well over a decade. But at the end of the day, I know what I'm capable of. I know that I am an integral part of the band performing well and still alive and current and out there doing it. Um, and I don't usually warm up my voice. I
Mm.
usually just go out and do it.
Yeah.
And there are many singers like that. It just depends. So sometimes I say, oh, my voice is just feels really dry. Where all the airplanes and the air and travel and hotel AC and venue AC, and
Mhm.
you're dried out, or your voice is just tired. Um, 9 times out of 10, I still deliver well and pretty consistent, and I just go out there and try to have fun,
Yeah.
and I try to not succumb to like the singer's rules that so many singers deal with. Like, I don't eat this, or I don't drink that, or everybody's voice is unique, and it's muscle and tissue, and it's going to react the way it's going to react. And sometimes it's going to be on point when you feel like crap, and other times you think you've got it and everything feels good, and you just have maybe an off night, or
Mm.
things just don't connect. So I try, but I am my worst critic. I've never had a perfect flawless show. I can always find something that I know I could improve on. And people will come
Mhm.
up and say, "Man, that was killer. You crushed it." And inside I'm going, "Oh my God, did this guy hear what I heard? I don't think
Yeah.
it's so great." Or there was a couple things here where I maybe cracked a little, or I don't know.
Hmm.
But I
Yeah.
think that if people go out with the mindset of, "Hey, I'm gonna go hear great songs, and these guys are still doing it, and they're right here, and now is the moment." It's just somewhat a better experience for everybody. And now,
Yeah.
so many people. I mean, how many people do this? This is what you see
Yep.
in the front row, right? This is what you see.
Yep.
They'll go like this, and you see my eyes, and then
Yep.
occasionally you'll get,
I glance up.
and you're like, dude, you're watching the whole show through your
Yep.
screen when I'm 5 feet in front of you. What are you doing? It's a different
Yeah.
world, man. It's a different world,
It
Paul. And
it is, but hey, it's going to be so much fun this weekend. We're so excited to see you. It's going to be great. I'll be there. Looking forward to being in front of you guys and checking out here a night of great music. So we're going to tell everybody to get the tickets and come on out
great.
and
Thank you, man.
enjoy some casino time. All right, thanks so much.
Hey,
All right, we'll
appreciate
see you
your time.
soon. Appreciate you.
Yep.
Bye bye.